Hello and welcome to a Solent Sports News update at 1 o'clock. Here are your sports stories for today. Local side Sholing have made it through to the Hampshire Senior Cup semi-final. The boatmen beat AFC Bournemouth under-21s 2-1 last night. Dave Diper's men have been unbeaten all season in the Wessex Premier Division. Sholing's Cup semi-final match is at home to Havant and Waterlooville. Southampton player James Ward-Prowse is in contention for an international call-up. Gareth Southgate names his squad on Wednesday ahead of Euro qualification matches. The Southampton midfielder already has one senior cap to his name and has been hoping his good form has earned him a place in the squad. I'm joined here in the studio by reporter Jordan Bright, who's been keeping a close eye on Ward-Prowse's progress throughout the season. Tell me, Jordan, how has he been doing?
Well, with James Ward-Prowse and that, he's been through all the under-21s, under-22s, 23s with the Gareth Southgate himself. But recently, he's proved decisive for Saints' comeback in the relegation battle. He scored the decisive goals against United, unfortunately the defeat there, but he scored the winner against Tottenham Hotspur on the weekend. But I believe that he will definitely have a chance, and that will be in the squad for tomorrow's squad selection.
Thank you, Jordan. And fellow Southampton player Angus Gunn is actually considering switching allegiances from England to Scotland. The 23-year-old has represented England at every level, but is yet to receive a call-up to the senior side. Because of this, Gunn is contemplating his change in order to play international football. Now, Jordan, this is becoming quite common now in international football. Is it becoming a bit of a problem with players switching nationalities, do you think?
Well, yes, there's been some few cases in recent years in that. You can say Adnan Januzaj, many years ago when he was playing on David Moyes, he was looking to be chosen for a few nationalities. But with the Angus Gunn situation, he's recently taken the mantle of Fraser Foster and Alex McCarthy as the number one spot. He has no chances yet, but he's played for the under-21s and 22s like James Ward-Prowse. But it seems that Gareth Southgate may contemplate selecting him for tomorrow's squad selection, as the recent form Southampton has proved very well. But he's quite close to Southampton manager Alex McLeish, as he knows his family well, and he might see that chance of playing national football for international for Scotland in particular.
Thank you, Jordan. Now, Real Madrid have announced their third manager of the season. Club legend Zinedine Zidane has replaced Santiago Solari as the club's head coach. The Frenchman has signed a contract until 2022 and takes over Madrid third in La Liga, 12 points behind Barcelona. Let's hear what Zinedine Zidane has been saying at his recent conference.
You have to dream, you have to point as high as possible. But in the same time, you have to accept there are another team thinking the same, with a lot of quality, with a lot of talent.
Champions League football is back tonight with two tightly poised second-leg matches. Cristiano Ronaldo's Juventus face an uphill battle to overturn a 2-goal deficit against Atletico Madrid, whereas elsewhere, Manchester City go into their second-leg match with a slender 3-2 lead over Schalke, and manager Pep Guardiola is confident going into tonight's game.
You have to dream, you have to point as high as possible. But in the same time, you have to accept there are another team thinking the same, with a lot of quality, with a lot of talent.
Manchester City are set to offer millions of pounds in compensation to victims of historical child abuse. This is off the back of former youth coach Barry Bennell being jailed last year for a string of offences. The club currently now have 40 cases of abuse, but are expecting more to emerge in the coming weeks. Anthony Joshua says he learned from fellow world champion Katie Taylor. The British heavyweight champion looks to Katie Taylor and believes she will take the next step in becoming undisputed champion. Ireland's unified world lightweight champion could add a third world belt in her next fight on Friday against Solent. Tensions between India and Pakistan have moved onto the cricket pitch. India wore paramilitary caps against Australia in tribute to the dead killed by a bomb attack last month. The attack was staged by Pakistani rebel group Jaish-e-Mohammed, but PCB chairman Asar Mari says the hats are too political. UFC's biggest name has been arrested in Miami. Conor McGregor has been charged with strong-armed robbery and destroying a fan's phone. The victim was taking photos of McGregor during the incident in the US, where he was training ahead of his comeback. Team GB go into the 2020 Tokyo Olympics with more female athletes than male. This would be the first time in history that any team have been made up of a majority of women in their Olympic squad. The target will mainly depend on the construction of a joint women's football team for the Games. The family of three-time cycling world champion Kelly Catlin has spoken about her death. After breaking her arm in October and crashing in December, she was described as a different person. The American's struggles led to an attempted suicide in January before last week's tragedy. And that's it from us at Solent Sports News at 1 o'clock. We'll be back in an hour with more news. Please continue to follow us on the website and social media. But that's all for now. Thank you. Goodbye.